still driving, I can't hold it in. I feel me swerving, yes, my mind been gone ever since. I can't hold it all in, sometimes I need to vent. But I feel like then they look at me like I ain't a man. Do you ever wanna cry sometimes? I can feel it in my gut like I might die sometimes. Lord knows, fighting with yourself will put you down a dark hole. If you can't help yourself, how the fuck you supposed to grow? I've been rolling deep, still got a dark passenger inside me. Praying for the day that I can put that shit behind me. Fighting with my sanity that turned into a hobby. Yeah. Do you ever wanna cry sometimes? I can feel it in my gut like I might die sometimes. Lord knows, fighting with yourself will put you down a dark hole. If you can't help yourself, how the fuck you supposed to grow? Do you ever wanna cry sometimes? I can feel it in my gut like I might die sometimes. Lord knows, fighting with yourself will put you down a dark hole. If you can't help yourself, how the fuck you supposed to grow? My sister texted me the other day like, how you shake this feeling? Missing your father when he gone. I say you can't rush with healing. I walk a path that keeps me strong, head towards the ceiling. Cause when they took my daddy out, all I ever wanted was vengeance. And I know sometimes it's like the Lord won't listen, or he ain't give you an answer. Maybe you ain't take the path I was given. But on my soul I learned that life ain't filled with happiness. Charge it to this game and this life of sin we all living. Do you ever wanna cry sometimes? I can feel it in my gut like I might die sometimes. Lord knows, fighting with yourself will put you down a dark hole. You can't help yourself, how the fuck you supposed to grow? Do you ever wanna cry sometimes? I can feel it in my gut like I might die. Lord knows, fighting with yourself will put you down a dark hole. If you can't help yourself, how the fuck you supposed to grow?
Yeah, I've been crushing on you for a long time, but you act like you never noticed it. And although we've always been best friends, we never really gave love a chance. Cause we were young and we were dumb, so we both chose to go our separate ways. But now we're here and it's crystal clear, and some things just don't ever change. Whoa, I've been waiting on you all my life. Whoa, and I'm still not satisfied. That's the sound that I make when we're making love. Baby, take your time, we got all night. Baby, take control of me. Baby, I don't want to come down from loving you.
Yeah, you say you sick of the bullshit. Well, I can't be your medicine. There's no more light in your heart. Just call me Thomas Edison. I'm better than what you used to. You control me just like voodoo. I'm Rashad, you be my new skate to your love. No, I won't lose you. Choose you over the rest. Cause you're the best, I confess. Yeah, yeah. Cause a love like this is never done. I want you to be my number one. Yeah. Who the fuck is you playing with? These days I see love not serious. Is this real, baby girl? I'm curious. We could both be delirious. Let's change the tone. Your love I was living in. Was it me who was giving in? Shit, I feel like him again. Shit, I feel like we should spin the block on this. I won't miss my shot on this. I might stop the clock on this. Like,
Baby, that's the sound when we're making love. Baby, take your time, we got all night. Baby, take control of me.
whiskey.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing, tomorrow's here.
It's a brand new day, never hold on to hate, cause you was placed here to be great. Please take your place. All queens got a seat at my table, cause without y'all, then the man ain't able. Melanated queen, connected to the universe, and so I gotta thank my mom for my birth. If hate is the curse, then love is the remedy. So I send you love no matter creed or identity. Until infinity, look at you like you kin to me. Even when we disagree, yo, you still kin to me. In other words, I can't bring you no trouble, can't bring you no beef, don't wanna see you deceased. Now if I'm coming at you, I'm coming with a business plan, cause every day I'm on some, yo, let's get this money, man. Yeah, and that's my real plans. I rest my head at night, I wake up, I got another plan.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing, tomorrow's here again.
It's a lot of high rappers tell me why we don't get money together, but we'll kill each other over whatever. Running down the freeway, we gonna own down. If Black Lives Matter, why we gonna own down? That's why they laugh and they think that we clowns. They hear what we say, but see how we get down. We gotta change that now, right now to be exact, cause hurting that man's moms is not where it's at now. Old school, new school need to learn, yo. They put us in groups so they can make more dough. The young versus the old versus the young, black versus white, you see the pattern, right? No unity, keep them all on some gutter-ish. This way they don't prosper and get rich. Yo, can't you see it's a trick? Just open your third eye and you'll see the full view of it. Now yo, what if the powers that be know that the real power lies within the people? That's us. And what if they using things like crayon colors, black and white, to separate the people? Hey, yo, you gotta wake up. Don't let them fool y'all. Spread love.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing, tomorrow's. Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes on. You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream next thing, tomorrow's here again. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, good morning, y'all. You know what to do. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me. Woo, what a crazy day. We're about to get into it. We are about to get into it. Shout out to everybody who's in here, man. Let me see how we looking over here. Oh, yeah, there we go. All crispy and clean on the screen. Boy, what a Friday, man. Y'all saw the title of the video. We're about to get into it. Welcome back to another YouTube live stream and another episode of the Music Morning Show. I'm your host, ClassE Beats at ClassEbeats.com. And today, wow. Y'all's guys, Diddy, man, he can't catch a break. Diddy cannot catch a break. Back to back. He's like looking like Drake over there, man. Going back to back. We've got another lawsuit was filed against Diddy. Of course, we got a couple other things going on in the news as well. I'm sure y'all saw Sean Kingston's got some stuff going on. We're going to talk about Meg Thee Stallion and some conspiracy theories surrounding the whole Diddy and Cassie situation. So a lot of interesting news going on. Maybe we can learn something from this. Maybe not, but it's definitely going to be entertaining. All right, so make sure y'all stay tuned. It's going to be a good time. Shout out to everybody who's in here, man. I appreciate y'all watching. I know Jen was in there earlier. She had my back because I had this I had this live stream starting at 11 p.m. I don't know. Hey man, it was a late night last night, so I was struggling. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into it now. I do have a couple of announcements before we get into the show. We will not be doing music reviews today. I know some of y'all are gonna be disappointed, but we're gonna hold all the music reviews for the show tonight. Now, I'm making a couple of changes with the Music Morning Show, and we're gonna make some adjustments. That way we can get some more of the music reviews in here. But today is a little unique situation. I've got some things going on at 12:30, so we're gonna be out of here a little bit earlier. So we'll be out of here by 12:30 on the dot. But again, make sure y'all like the video on your way in, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I do have one announcement before we get the show started. Of course, y'all know it's Friday tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got another episode of the Song of the Night Live. Yep, we're gonna be giving away $100 and a brand new Shure 55SH microphone. So if you want an opportunity to win, all you have to do is tune into the show. You can submit your music to the link in the live chat, and I drop the link in there as soon as the show starts. We usually start a little bit earlier, around 7:55. So make sure you get in there early, because we're going to be giving away some door prizes as well. You don't want to miss out on that. It's going to be a good time. And the artist that wins tonight's show is going to get a spot in next week's Versus Challenge. All right. So it'll definitely be dope to see y'all there tonight. Make sure you invite your family, your friends, and your fans to the show, because as we go throughout the show tonight, they will get a chance to vote for your song to make it onto that top 20 list. All right. So you definitely want to have as many people in there supporting you as you can. All right, are y'all ready to get into it? Because we've got a lot to cover today. I think we're gonna go ahead and start with our breaking news. Usually I save the main story for the end of the show, but this is breaking news. We got to get to it. We got to get into it. Yeah. So it's official, man. It's official. Diddy, he is bleeding cash right now. And not just cash, his entire reputation is just going down the drain, because recently another lawsuit was filed against Diddy, and this one is by someone new. All right, y'all may not have heard of her, probably don't know her name. Her name is April, and she recently, in the past 24 hours, filed a lawsuit against Diddy, similar to some of the lawsuits that were filed in the past, alleging a lot of the same things that we've heard. And as I told y'all before, the floodgates were going to open as soon as Cassie won her lawsuit, as soon as things started to settle. And then once the video released, I mean, it was just a hurry up and wait game for Diddy, because he's going to be writing checks here for a minute. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this article. This is by USA Today, and they break down everything that's alleged in this news lawsuit that was just filed against Diddy. Sean Diddy Combs sued for battery, assault in this new lawsuit over alleged 90s incident. This is going back to the 90s. Almost 4 decades ago. Wow. All right, here we go, y'all. Check it out. Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with another lawsuit, this time from a woman who is accusing the rapper of battery and assault stemming from alleged incidents that occurred in the mid-90s. Good Lord. In April Lampros Thursday filing in New York's County Supreme Court, which was obtained by USA Today, she claimed to have met the music mogul in 1994 when she was a college student at the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York. Okay. She alleges that at first he love bombed her. What? That might be a technical term. Y'all have to let me know what that means. And showered her with gifts and flowers. Okay, I guess that means just showing someone a lot of love and attention. But what Mr. Combs displayed as kind gestures quickly manifested into an aggressive, coercive, and abusive relationship based on sex. She detailed one assault that allegedly occurred in 1995, as well as as well as an assault sometime after the first incident that took place inside her car. Now, if you guys haven't seen or read this complaint, I've reviewed it. I don't have the document. Well, we're not going to review the document today, but I have reviewed the document And this story is insane. This story is crazy on all fronts. And I think you guys are going to be surprised when we go a little bit into the complaint and get some help breaking it down as to what happened. But just stay tuned because it gets crazy. Let's see. She details one assault that allegedly occurred in 1995, as well as an assault sometime after the first incident that took place inside a car, which she says a parking attendant witnessed. Oh my God. These people are just seeing all kinds of crazy stuff and just not saying anything. She also says there was a 1996 incident during which Combs forced her and his then girlfriend, rest in peace, Kim Porter, who died in 2018 and shared 4 children with Combs, to take ecstasy and have intercourse together before he assaulted her. Oh.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Lampros also alleges Combs assaulted her at her apartment in either 2000 or 2001. The lawsuit names Combs, his label Bad Boy Records, and Arista Records as defendants. Of course, you got to throw the record labels in there because they are not going to want this to drag on. As we mentioned in the last one, this dude Diddy is a monster. That's crazy. USA Today has reached out to representative for Combs for comment. TMZ was first to publish the news. Lampros is the second woman to sue Combs this week. Good Lord, man. On Tuesday, Crystal McKinney filed a lawsuit, which we covered in federal court, alleging the embattled business mogul assaulted her in New York in his New York recording studio when he was 34 and she was 22. She also claimed he promised to help her career and later blackballed her from the modeling industry. Now, I actually asked an attorney about this statement here about the blackballing, and we're actually going to talk about the attorney here in a second. But when it comes to the blackballing part, this is going to be hard to prove. You're going to have to show that someone actually said, oh, because you're with this person or you've been in contact with this person, or they told me that I can't give you employment because of this. So it's going to be tough to prove, but knowing Diddy, I mean, he didn't care. There might be something out there. This dude is wild. Similarly, Lampros lawsuit claims Combs promised to mentor her and help her by introducing her music and her to music and fashion industry executives, as well as assisting her with finding work, which a lot of these predators in these higher positions will do. It's play one in the predator playbook. The filing continues. She felt that if she disobeyed him, he would take away her dream of pursuing a career in his world. Mr. Combs would also threaten to blacklist her in the industry if she tried to mess with him in any way. Jeez. The complaint also includes several photos, including one of the two of them and a friend, which hasn't been mentioned by name in the complaint yet, but I think people are starting to figure out who the friend might be, at Bad Boy Studios. An alleged Valentine's Day card and Father's Day celebration invite. He was inviting this chick to his Father's Day celebration. That's a crazy. All right, accuser's lawyer has represented others who sued the Combs family. Hey, shout out to Tyrone Blackburn. We mentioned him in the Little Rod situation. We mentioned him a couple of times, but hey, Tyrone is out here hustling, man. This guy's killing it. The lawyer for Lampros, Tyrone Blackburn, has also represented other accusers who allege Combs and his son, Christian King Combs, assaulted them. Lil Rod, a producer on Diddy's latest album, accused the music mogul of assault and harassment in a February lawsuit. Last month, Grace O. Marcaid, hopefully I said that right, accused Kristen Combs, 26, of assaulting her in late December of 2022. This is recent now. Lawyers for the Combs family denied claims made in both lawsuits. I mean, they're not going to say, yeah, you know, we did it. Sorry, guys. Attorney Sean Holy said in a statement to USA Today at the time that Jones is nothing more than a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit, shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. His reckless name dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. Well, with the recent video that was leaked, we've got to believe him. Diddy, I'm sorry, man. I'm not sorry. But when it comes to your credibility, y'all on the defense side, it's going to be hard to deny anybody that steps forward, especially if their story fits the pattern of what we've seen from Diddy multiple times. This man, crazy. He added, we have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored, and as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. Well, yeah, it's gonna be pretty tough to make people believe you. Now, obviously, as we mentioned before, a lot of these attorneys, especially the claimant attorneys, would love to go to jury or would go to trial, right? Because they can have a jury there, they can show this pattern. And even if there isn't much evidence there, Diddy, you're gonna have to write the check. So I don't know how much or how these actual settlements go when it comes to him putting the money up, him making sure that they get what they need and the time frame on that. But this man is going to be writing a lot of checks to Mr. Blackburn over there. So, hey, congratulations and shout out to Tyrone for taking these cases on. It's getting wild out here. So I want to go over to the lead attorney's channel and let's give the lead attorney a round of applause. If y'all haven't checked out the lead attorney, man, when it comes to breaking down these cases from a legal standpoint, if that's something you enjoy as much as I do, you need to go over there. You need to subscribe to his channel, and I'll drop a link to this specific video in the description. But he, as usual, as a 20+ year attorney, does a great job of breaking down some of the elements of this complaint, some of the things that are maybe a little bit questionable, some of the things that fit right in line with what we've heard in past complaints. And he's going to talk here. He's actually has a co-host with him, AV to the 7th power. I'll also drop a link to her YouTube channel in the description of this video as well. And they are really going through and breaking down what's going on in this complaint from April Lampros. So we're going to listen to a little bit of this and get some more information and insight into what actually went on behind the scenes. So here we go.
So shout out to Tyrone getting justice for Little Rod and all the other alleged victims. All right, AV, do you want to read this here?
Sure. It says plaintiff Lampros begins this action seeking injunctive, declaratory, and monetary relief against defendants in violation of the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Law, Gender Motivated Violence Act, and there's another statute there from New York. This cause of action is timely under the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Law, that act again, that same statute, because it arises out of conduct perpetrated against plaintiff who was the statutory age or older at the time.
At the time of the conduct, which constitutes multiple sexual offenses. Oh my God. What do these say? Do these say anything?
So we've got some footnotes here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, guys, and remember, we talked about this on the last stream just yesterday. What is this NYC Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Act? It created a look back window on March 1st, 2023, which runs for 2 years for survivors of gender motivated violence, allowing them to sue their abusers regardless of when the abuse occurred. Now that actually expired in December, which were a lot of people were saying this is the reason Cassie filed. That was the reason Lil Rod filed as well. So y'all have to keep that in mind because that Protection Act is officially expired. But the lead attorney is going to get into it. We talked about this. Is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? It can cut both ways. Because if you are a victim and something happened to you and you decided for whatever reason not to call the cops, not to call the authorities, not to tell anybody, 20 years later, you wake up one morning and you say, you know what, today is the day of justice. This statute allows you to seek that justice. Without this statute, you would be prohibited because the statute of limitations would have run. What is the statute of limitations? It's basically a law that sets an expiration date on any claims.
Now, also, the lead attorney does not talk this fast. All right. I sped it up a little bit. because there's a good bit of this video that I want to get through. So y'all keep that in mind too. He does not talk that quickly. I've just got it on 1.25 speed.
They teach us you can't sit on your rights.
No.
If something happens to you, you need to hurry up and file suit, hurry up and call the authorities. You need to do something, because if you don't, at some point, your claim could expire. So many claims of women and men have expired. We saw this with Bill Cosby. You know, he was allegedly doing things in the 60s and the 70s. So many women's claims expire.
Yeah.
Well, with this act, they went in and they said, okay, we're going to give y'all survivors 2 years. In these 2 years, you can file any claim that happened at any time, as long as it was this gender motivated type of violation. It doesn't matter when it occurred. 10 years ago, file it. 20 years ago, file it. 30, file it. It doesn't matter. Now, if you're a man and you receive one of these claims, this is the other side of the coin. How can you defend yourself if a woman comes back 35 years later and says, you made her suck you off? That's what happened.
And that's the crazy thing. What if they have some sort of evidence and it's not true? Especially as just some type of regular dude. And I don't think in most cases this would negatively affect regular dudes, but I could see how it could. Because if the accusations aren't true and they are able to show something that might seem true, and it happened 30 years ago. I mean, dude, y'all remember 30 years ago, I was 4 years old, okay? I don't remember anything from 30 years ago. And I can imagine somebody who was, I don't know, 45 remembering something from when they're 15. The law is crazy.
Yesterday,
as we said before.
We reviewed Crystal's claim, also filed by one Tyrone Blackburn. Tyrone is killing it. And Crystal said, hey, 22 years ago, Puffy led me into the bathroom, made me perform oral sex against my will.
Jeez.
I didn't tell anybody. I didn't call the police. He was such a powerful man. I did keep the bedazzled, jewel-encrusted jeans that had DNA on them.
Mm-hmm.
They're in my closet today, 22 years later.
Wrapped up.
And that kind of hurt me a little bit for the husband, because she was married and got divorced. She got married later on. I would be so hurt to know that my wife was secretly keeping clothing from something that happened with another man decades ago. And
that's wild.
It was there the whole time.
Yeah, because you don't know why she kept it at this point. Maybe it was the memories. Hey, yo. That's crazy, man. Jen said, 30 years ago, I was 17. That's what I'm saying, man. 30 years is a long time. And they opened up the window, said, hey, if anything happened to you in the past ever, you need to bring it up now. You've got until December. And I think there's a lot of speculations to why this was happening because of, I don't want to get into the political side, but whatever was happening with Donald Trump. But anyway, Jen said, and I didn't know who Diddy was back then. Yeah, 30 years ago. I mean, even Diddy was young.
And then she divorced him because of all the trauma. Guys, this trauma thing is so real, and it has so many consequences.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk all about it. And it's tough because you can ask some serious questions. Why is it that you're waiting so long? Now, people in the know will tell you that it's not uncommon for women to wait to report things. It's not uncommon for women not to report things at all. Men know that. Men have been hit, have been slapped, have been stabbed, didn't report a goddamn thing. Now, sometimes it's a little different. Men don't report it because when you try to report it, it's like, oh, she's a girl. It doesn't matter.
That's true.
But maybe you could say that same thing if a woman tries to report it against someone like Puffy, who might have contacts at the NYPD or who knows.
Yep.
We'll think all about this, guys. But this is kind of the statute that we're operating under. This has allowed women and men to come back and file lawsuits for occurrences that happened 30 years ago. By a show of hands, put yes if you think that this is fair, to suspend the statute of limitations. And remember, the statute of limitations is there for a reason. Every state in the nation has statute of limitations. It's to protect you from someone coming back 40 years later. What's the problem? Where's the DNA?
Some of them skip forward a little bit.
Years, 20 years. Right?
Skip forward a little bit. So this is interesting.
So this is what we are operating under, guys. All right. Let us keep it going here. Why don't you read this part right here? Just a little bit more on the statute, AB.
Yeah. So they say that NYC, and remember, this is a city, not the state. The NYC Gender Motivated Violence Act revives any claims against a party who commits, directs, enables, participates in, or conspires in the commission of a crime of violence motivated by gender, has a cause of action against such party in a court of competent jurisdiction.
Now, this is interesting. I don't know. I can't remember if he mentions this, but this is interesting because it says the NYC Gender Motivated Violence Act revives any claims against a party who commits, directs, enables, participates in. That's interesting. We're going to get into it a little bit later, but as y'all will see throughout this complaint, there are some parts of the complaint that show that Kim Porter, rest in peace, was actually involved in this. And there's apparently some allegations out there that Cassie was involved in some things that were going on behind the scenes as well. So, I mean, this act is expired, so I guess there isn't anything that could come out. I don't know. One of the lawyers will have to tell me in the chat if that's true. But it's interesting to see that anybody who enabled or participates in is able to be, or is able to have actions against them. Interesting point. Mixed Chick Samantha is back in here, says Cali has opened the same law too. Yeah, and I think Cali's actually hasn't expired yet. I'll have to look into it and see. But let's keep going with the lead attorney here.
They list a statute there. The appellate division has held that SA is an act of gender motivated violence under the law as coerced. S activity is dehumanizing and fear inducing. Malice or ill will based on gender is apparent from the alleged commission of the act itself. Amicus adheres when consent is absent.
All right, so this is just saying.
So again, I mean, imagine Cassie just got paid, right? She settled her lawsuit. Imagine if she was there while something was going on with another person, like example, one of these girls, and they could they essentially sue Cassie and sue Diddy? Because if Cassie was there and she participated in it or enabled it or allowed something to happen, essentially she could, by the wording of this, be held liable. It sounds like, I don't know. I know we've got some attorneys that watch the channel. Y'all have to let me know. This is wild.
Saying more about the law and who will fall in violation of the law. Anyone who commits, directs, enables, participates, or conspires in the commission of a crime of violence motivated by gender. Now, the gender thing is really important because now, I mean, you see what they're trying to do. If you're a man and you sexually assault a woman, you're sexually assaulting her not for, you know, who she is as a person, but kind of for her gender. You're attracted to her. Now,
yeah, that's a weird way that they put that.
Can you use that same gender argument when Puffy assaults Little Rod? Right? Little Rod, because he would go up to Little Rod and take his index finger and start giving him those rectal massages. But it's sexually based.
Also,
right?
the lead is very unfiltered too. So y'all bear with me over here. All right.
It's about the sexual
He just tells
act.
it like it is.
That is interesting because it says that it's based on gender.
Yeah.
But is the statute silent when it comes to which gender?
Yeah. What if they switch hit? Puffy's switching it up. You know, he'll massage Kim Porter's rectum and then turn around and do it to Little Rod.
Not Kim. Come on. Yo. R.I.P. Kim.
Is she going?
Yes.
Did he do it?
Oh!
So come on,
I'm
Lee.
conflicted.
He's got to relax, man.
Look at Amy. Did he do it? Oh, we're conflicted.
That's crazy.
All right, but let's keep it going. We don't want to get too deep, guys. We don't want to get too deep. All right, let's go. All right, number 3. You want to read that?
Yes. This suit arises from the actions of defendants Sean Combs, Bad Boy Records, Arista Records, and a subsidiary of Sony Entertainment, John and Jane Doe's, there's always those, ABC Corps, 1 through 10, and their participation in the harm visited upon plaintiff April Lampros.
Man, they're holding
April
everybody
is a
accountable.
Caucasian female. And
Oh my God, stop right there.
where's the panties?
Stop right there. You know, shout out to Tyrone. He knows where his bread is buttered. He's like, April is a Caucasian. All right, shout out to Cassie. Shout out to Grimy Little Rod. No. April is a white woman. Somebody write white woman in the chat. It's a little different. All right, but you can do what all you want to do with Cassie, Kim, J-Lo. She likes Kim, but you know, she ain't white. Well, is J-Lo white? She's not Caucasian, but now we're getting too deep.
Oh, there you go.
Y'all know
He's
what it is.
getting
All
back
right.
into it.
April, when did we play this? Lead attorney is a Negro male.
Oh my God, I'm done. That's
Y'all see how when it's a Caucasian, you're like, okay, well, what does it matter? But if you change it up, you see, you don't really see this in a lot of lawsuits, guys. You don't really see.
And there's a reason they put it in there, man. You know, you have you're able to relate to more people in a different way if it's a certain type of person. I mean, let's keep it real. Let's get back into the lawsuit though.
Arista Records is a global music company headquartered in New York. Who's BB again? Oh, Bad Boy. Bad Boy music company, SME. Who is SME again?
SME is Sony.
Sony Music. All right, we're going to remember that. Sha-la-la-la-la. All right, jurisdiction. Yeah. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to the summary of factual allegations.
With photos.
Who do we got? Oh, god damn.
Yeah, this is where it starts to get crazy. All right,
yes,
y'all
Puffy, April
get ready for
woman.
this.
Shout out to the white women. Damn, Puffy. All right, do you want to pick it up right here?
Sure.
Wow.
Upon information and belief, Miss Lampros met Mr. Combs in early 1994 after the birth of his first son, Justin Dior Combs. At the time, Miss Lampros was a college student at the Fashion Institute of Technology, studying fashion design and marketing. To impress her, Mr. Combs would often invite her to Bad Boy recording studios in New York City.
Yeah, they said he love bombed her.
College student at the Fashion Institute of Technology. Says Miss Lampros, white woman, aka Sean Combs, and a friend in the studio. So they got the mixers over here on the 1s and 2s, and you got the arm around her, and she's leaning in.
Look at the Sean John boxers.
Sean John, all right. So let's keep it going here. All right, pick it up right here at 14.
Yeah, when she met, I think it says Miss Lampros, Sean Combs, and a friend in the Bad Boy studio. So that's the photo description.
And they have not mentioned the friend
Miss
yet.
Lampros shared with him her dreams of working in the fashion industry, and Mr. Combs promised to mentor her and help her by introducing her to music and fashion industries executives, as well as assisting her with
stats. You're right.
Now we have seen this over and over again. This allegation. With Little Rod, it was, hey, you need to produce this, and I'm going to give you a $20 million estate. I'm going to get you some Grammys. I'm going to introduce you to all these people. With Crystal, even yesterday, Tyrone filed a lawsuit for Crystal just yesterday. And Crystal was saying the same thing.
Diddy
he's going to do this for my career. He's going to do that for my career. He's going to introduce me to all these designers, and my modeling career is going to skyrocket. Now here, allegedly, Puffy is saying, I'm going to mentor you, and I'm going to introduce you to the music and fashion industry executives. All right, what does this say?
Yeah, I don't know. And for me, maybe it's because I'm just super guarded, and sometimes I can just think the worst of people. If someone were offering me this type of opportunity, I would think it was great. I would appreciate it. But it makes you wonder, what do I have to give, or what do you want from me? You're giving me this amazing career-changing opportunity. There has to be something that you're going to want in return. I don't know. Maybe the question was asked in these type of situations and you just don't think about it. Or maybe you're just saying, hey, I'm going to do what I got to do. I don't know.
Happy Valentine's Day. Love you, Puffy.
Oh, there it is.
How old is this card? Y'all women save everything.
All of it.
Y'all women save it all.
All of it, including DNA.
How old is this card? Right? Let's do 15 right
here. Yeah, he hand wrote that one.
I see we're going down the narcissist route. It says, Mr. Combs love bombed her.
Oh, here we go.
He showered her with gifts and flowers, as evidenced by one of the cards that accompanied the flowers that Mr. Combs sent Lampros for Valentine's Day in 1994.
My God, I was in high school.
I was 5.
Amy was 5 years old. She was 5 years old.
Yeah, I was 4.
This lady saved the card. Boy, let me get a wife. I'm going through everything. I'm finding all your little cards, all your yearbooks. I'm going through it all. Let me find some pants, bedazzled pants, some crocodile pants. Them crocodile pants are going into the fire. All right, I know what's
burn them all.
Hold a damn black light candle. A black light.
Yo, that's crazy.
Hey, that's your wife. You would just bring up black light throughout her clothes.
I would expect everything. Look at what y'all women are doing, man. Saving cards from 1994. Crystal was saving pants from 22 years ago. Jeez,
that's
y'all
wild.
women are like, y'all save it all. All right, anyway.
Like a vault
16,
over there.
Here.
Mr. Combs went so far as to invite Miss Lampros to his first Father's Day celebration. The invitation to that event is below.
All right.
Oh, look at little Justin.
Is this Justin or Christian? Which one is it?
Justin Dior Combs.
Oh, is that his first one? Yeah. So this is his.
He invited
first
her
Father's
to
Day
Father's Day.
celebration.
That's crazy.
All right, can you read
man.
that? You want to read that?
Dear friends, on June 19th, 1994, Bad Boy Entertainment would like for you to come and join us in celebrating the original Bad Boy's first Father's Day celebration. For this occasion, there is a dress code. No jeans or sneakers will be permitted.
Diddy loved them some parties,
event will
man.
be held at the Capitol, located at 1110 First Avenue at 61st Street. The event will begin promptly at 10 p.m. and will go on until. Please come early to avoid any inconvenience. For further information, you can contact the offices of Bad Boy Entertainment at that number. Remember, the dress code will be strictly enforced, so dress your best Thanks for the support.
Thanks
Bad
for
Boy
the
Entertainment.
support. All right, and so this is who do we say this was?
Justin Dior.
Justin Dior. Now he's got another son named Christian, right? Because Christian's got his own lawsuit against him. Maybe
Yeah, and
we'll
he
do
has
that.
Oh yeah, he's got one.
Yeah, and he has 4 kids with Kim, I believe. And Justin and Christian are 2 of them.
All right, so what do y'all think?
Happy Daddy's Day. Did you see the bottom of the car?
Where's it? Happy Daddy's Day 1994. All right, and this is June 19th. Happy
Diddy,
Daddy's
Diddy,
Day
Diddy. Come on,
celebration.
man.
A month after the Father's Day event, Mr. Combs invited April to an exclusive. Is her name April? I forgot what his
April
name-
Lampros. I maybe.
April. Okay.
Yes,
let's move that.
April.
All right. So a month after the Father's Day event, Puffy invited April to an exclusive Bad Boy party with performances by Usher, Craig Mack, and the Notorious B.I.G. Man, this is
Rest
like going
in
down
peace.
memory lane. Got a little prose right here. Says life is not a game. Only the fittest and the most aggressive will survive.
Hey, yo.
You look pretty aggressive at
That's
the Intercontinental
crazy.
Hotel, kicking Cassie down the hallway. That was pretty aggressive.
Dang.
Look at what he wrote, guys. It's kind of hard to read because it's slanted, but life is not a game. Only the fittest and most aggressive will survive.
It's crazy, man, to just look back at all this and see all the signs that were there. Again, we don't know what we would have thought if we were in that situation, if maybe we would have been able to notice this or not. But man, I like to think most people, you can just tell when somebody's off a little bit. I mean, even with Puffy at the beginning, he was doing so much for April. He was showering her with gifts, showing her appreciation. And when somebody's doing something like that, it's easy for you to think, oh, well, you know, they're treating me so nice. It's okay. It's not even worth it, man. Imperial Stat says, Diddy posting pictures of him holding his kids on Instagram. He really trying to get sympathy. Man, it's not going to work. Is he for real? Recently? I didn't even know he was on Instagram, obviously, but I guess it makes sense. This is crazy. How do I find them? There he is. Diddy. Oh yeah, he posted a picture of him. He posted a picture of him with one of his daughters, it looks like, a week ago, and sent my love. Oh, that's funny. Leela commented on this. He said, I'm glad the footage was put out. This is what your daughters need to see. And she's right. That's wild that he... Jeez, man. Just not backing down. Oh, man. All right, lead. Here we go.
Sleeping is forbidden. A second cannot be wasted. 1 seconds are lost, you lose, and losing is for losers. Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy. Golly. Bad Boy Entertainment
Father
is about
of
to
the
set
year.
it off. Jesus.
Wild out here.
Upon information and belief, what Puffy displayed as kind gestures quickly manifested into an aggressive, coercive, and abusive relationship based on sex.
Segs.
Oh my God. These acts were not isolated to the state of New York, as Puffy would fly April to Atlanta. Oh no, right up the street in the Intercontinental Atlanta.
Now, that's where we mentioned yesterday that this is where some of the trafficking things can come in. And this is where it gets interesting, especially if you're moving someone back and forth between states. Not a great look, not a good idea.
Using the Intercontinental, this goes back to like 1994. So how long was he using the Intercontinental in Atlanta? Is what I was going to ask.
He's been having freak offs down here in Atlanta for decades, right?
Like 30 years.
Decades.
Right there.
Right up the streets. Golly. Acts were not isolated to New York. Puffy would fly April to Atlanta to see him, where they would spend time together. April would also fly to Miami to see Puffy at his home. So here is April at Mr. Combs, Sean Puffy Combs' house in Florida. Upon information and belief, throughout the years with Puffy, there were 4 terrifying sexual encounters that April.
All right, now the lead's gonna get into the encounters here. It gets really graphic, so I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Again, I will link to this video in the description and in the chat for y'all as well, because this whole complaint is crazy, and we're gonna break it down here in a minute. But I want to skip forward in this video and check out this part where Lead's talking about some of the issues in this complaint.
He did this to me, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna all the fame. You run your cost benefit analysis. You say he did this to me, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back in.
Here we go. Let me rewind to this part.
April was awoken by the sun peering through the drapes. She was nude, sore, confused. April quickly got out of bed, clothed herself, and left the hotel room as fast as she could. Months after the assault, Puffy pursued April. He sent her gifts, cards, flowers. He used his power and access to music industry events to lure April back to him. April was a hopeful yet naive college student and took Puffy at his word and believed that the first assault was a possible mulligan.
Mulligan.
And decided to give him a second chance. All right.
Oh, come.
Hey, yo. What?
Did y'all hear that? This is why. Why would you? I get why, but let's read this again. April was hopeful yet naive. April was a hopeful yet naive college student and took Mr. Combs at his word and believed the first assault was a possible mulligan and decided to give him a second chance. And we're not going to get into it today, but y'all will see. Not only did she give him a second chance, she gave him a third chance, a fourth chance. Ladies, man, just run. Just run, man. Just run. It's not worth it. And if you have to find a different career, the opportunities are out there. This isn't the only way. It's
a possible mulligan.
Mulligan.
And decided to give him a second chance. All right.
I can't believe this, man. And it happens all the time. Go ahead, lead. Here he goes.
Are we gonna talk about this?
Do it.
Let's not even talk about it. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. All right. It was a mulligan. All right.
Talk about it.
Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing.
Here we go.
All of humanity operates under one principle and one principle only. Now, I don't know about Standard of Truth and all these other Christians or whatever, or Muslims or, Hindus or whatever religion. We ain't doing religion. We're doing evolution today. We're doing biology today. There's a biological imperative that every human operates under, every organism, intelligent organism. And it is the concept of costs versus benefits. Whenever you're doing.
Now, I'm going to let him finish. I would actually disagree with that. I would say it's survival. People just want to survive. At the end of the day, you're going to do whatever you have to do to survive. So I think that even precedes the cost versus benefit. But this is a great point too. I think you could argue it either way.
Imperative that every human operates under, every organism, intelligent organism. And it is the concept of costs versus benefits. Whenever you're doing something, you run a calculus. Now, there can be a lot of different things that go into the calculus, and there are most things you are not even aware of, but it's costs and benefits. This lady has just experienced a vicious sexual assault, and yet she decides to go back to him and write it off as a mulligan. She's going to give him a second chance.
Oh, God.
We know what the costs are. I'm not a woman, and I am not going to try to speak for women who have been raped. However, we can all assume that it is one of the most traumatic experiences that any woman will ever go through.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
So the costs are enormous. So if the costs are enormous, what are the benefits that she would have to receive to give him a second chance? It's not like they were married. It's not like they had kids. They had children. They weren't even dating. They were just,
Yeah, and it's a lot of factors that go into it, especially since she was a college student. I mean, Snappa mentioned it. He said that's some strong psychological warfare going on. Psychological warfare. I mean, you don't know how your life is going to go. You're young. You're impressionable, especially in this case. She might have thought this was the only way to chase her dreams. So there's just so much there. And it's clear that Puffy was taking advantage of his situation.
Flying here and there. So to take him back and ignore those tremendous costs, she must have been looking at tremendous benefit. Are you with me, or am I talking crazy?
No, you're good.
Now, if a woman is looking at tremendous benefit, and takes him back. It kind of, where does the word victim come in? If you're running this cost benefit analysis, Puffy is a music industry exec. He has all these connections. He has all this money. He invited you to something where Notorious B.I.G. was playing, Usher was playing, Craig Mack was playing. Everybody's there, all the stars, all the money, all the fame. You run your cost benefit analysis. You say, he did this to me, but I'm going to go back.
And he threatened
I'm going to go back
too.
in. I was out for months, but I'm going to go back. What do y'all think? I feel bad as a man to say it, but is she a victim after the first one? Yes. Just because you go back with a man doesn't mean that, okay, he can just do anything to you. Yes, she's a victim. Is there such thing as being a victim with an asterisk? Oh, am I going to get canceled for this?
Nah, you're not going to get canceled. He's 1,000% right. There's victims and then there's enablers. And I think this is probably where you have to make a separation, right? Because it happens the first time. We mentioned the other day. Okay, that's an incident, and you have to decide what you're going to do from that point on. Now, if you make a decision a second time, a third time, a fourth time, now you can't keep putting your hand on the stove. All right, we know the stove is hot. We know Diddy is a monster. We know you got threatened. Your career could be at stake, but what's the cost? Is it worth it for you to go back second, third, fourth time? I mean, I love what I do here, but I don't know, man. I don't know. What are y'all going to do if you're put in that type of situation? I don't think we can even say at this point, because this is just so wild. Let's see what the lead says. Oh, is it going to play? Hold on a second, y'all. Let me see what the chat's saying too real quick. Floyd, the real deal Neil says, I know it goes both ways as far as gender, but man, this makes me feel bad for those raising princesses in this world. Folks are cruel. We have to teach our kids their values so they don't settle. Yeah, and you know, I have a daughter, and I'm gonna make sure, you know, that she's under my protection until I find someone else that is ready to take that on. And Diddy, he's been in this position and knowingly in this position and this type of person for a long time. You just have to be smart and make the right decisions, man. He said your gifts are great enough that you do not have to settle for this BS. Yeah, Floyd, you're 1,000% correct. And that's why I said, man, I'm good on the industry, man. I'm good. We can make our own way. There's plenty of resources out there. We don't have to go over to that side. Shout out to Amy. Amy's in the building. All right, we're going to get back through this and listen to the lead. He said he thinks he's about to get canceled. You're not getting canceled, lead. You're speaking the truth. Let me run it back for Amy real quick. There we go.
The first one. Yes. Just because you go back with a man doesn't mean that, okay, he can just do anything to you. Yes, she's a victim. Is there such thing as being a victim with an asterisk? Oh, am I going to get canceled for this?
So let's keep reading. It also says the word mulligan, which I just looked up. The definition of mulligan is a second chance.
Yeah. We're going to do it again. Run it back. All right, you raped me one time. Let's run it back. You're going to do it again? Because you got power, you got clout, you got fame. Guys, if you're getting, and I can't even imagine me dating Oprah. And Oprah, you know, I'm walking through her 35,000 square foot mansions, flying first class. She's sending her pilots to come pick me up down here at Hartsfield Jackson. And then she dumps me after 6 months, and now I got to go back to Keisha. And it's just not hitting the same.
Yeah, that's true.
I got to pay for everything. Keisha looking at me crazy if we go to the damn Cheesecake Factory. I'm like, Keisha, you're lucky you're fucking here, because 3 months ago I was with Oprah at a Michelin star restaurant. You know, my mind has been expanded. How can I go back? If you are with Puffy, even though he cost you so much in terms of trauma, emotion, when you go back to a regular man, how can you do it? She was a college student.
Yeah, and not only that, but you think about, especially at that young age, if you have that happen to you, you have to think, and I don't know, ladies, y'all have to back this up. I don't know. I'm not a lady, but if you're going through something like that and it was done to you by this type of person who's at their peak, I could see how you could feel or think, okay, well, I'm damaged. I've been treated in this way by somebody who's at this level. And if this is how I'm going to get treated by the person who's at this level, well, at least it's by someone who's at the top of their game. I mean, I could definitely see how your thought process could think that way. You could think you're damaged. Maybe this is the best that you could do. And you just got to deal with it. And that's a part of life. And that's how it goes. I can definitely see someone thinking that way. And that's just, it's sad. It's sad that that happens, though. Snappa Slappa says some situations can be prevented if people really know their self-worth. When is it worth it? I understand situations where you feel it's the only way. There's always another way. Don't give up. That's 100%. And you can always choose another path. I mean, especially at that age. Hey, I get there's a lot of pressure from parents and stuff, and that can play a big part into it. But I mean, go be a nurse or go find another profession instead of being in this industry. Because I mean, if this is what it takes to get into it, I'm good on that. Mixed Chick Samantha says sometimes taking the short way can lead you down a path of evil things. 100%. Floyd the Real Deal Neil, truthfully, you can be a victim. You can be a victim. After a certain amount of incidents, you go from victim to volunteer. Very well said. Yeah. So you can't, you keep letting it happen. I get it's tough though. It's just tough. It's a tough situation to be in.
The trauma, emotion. When you go back to a regular man, how can you do it? She was a college student. Imagine going from Puffy to a damn broke college student. Some 22, 21-year-old, he ain't got nothing. When Puffy starts coming back, she sees all the benefits again. Guys, don't get me to talking. Don't get me to breaking this shit down. All right, let's keep it going. 35. Speak it up from here.
April agreed to meet with Diddy to discuss the business opportunities.
Stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. I ain't even read it. What?
Busted.
What? Did y'all hear what I just said about cost benefit analysis?
She wanted to make it.
You sexually assaulted me, but now I'm back. Why am I back? To discuss future business opportunities. As he promised. Guys, women in the chat, if a man rapes you, can you believe his promises? I mean, are his promises worth anything at that point?
I don't think they're not thinking about it at that point. They're thinking about, this is going to help me advance my career. As she just said there, you're not worried about that. You're worried about, all right, well, let me just, and I don't know. I haven't been in this situation. So again, I'm just assuming. I can imagine that's not as important as you getting what you need for yourself.
Lead attorney, you're victim blaming. You're not a woman. You don't know what women go through. I'm just asking questions. Calm down.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Calm down. This is a very nuanced channel, guys. And we have tough conversations over here. We really do. We support women, but we support men too. All right. So we play it fair. Yeah. If you are an intellectual person, you don't mind answering tough questions. You get a tough question, answer it in stride. There's no problem. Don't be offended by the question. That's all.
People love being offended by the question. So she goes back
to discuss business opportunities.
Can't even have some conversations.
Because his promises are good, right? So start off, read 35 again.
April agreed to meet with Diddy to discuss the business opportunities he promised, as he knew her passion was to pursue a career in fashion and music.
All right, stop right there. I never really look at the chat. Shout out to Amazing Disgrace. Amazing says earlier in the chat, people were ready to lynch Diddy.
So I'm going to leave it there. Shout out to the lead attorney. Shout out to AV, to the Seventh Power. Y'all go subscribe to their channel. Go check them out. The link to both of their channels are going to be in the description of this video. He really does a great job of breaking this down and gives a lot of insight into how the process is going to go, what he thinks the outcome is going to be, and maybe points out a lot of the inconsistencies throughout the complaint too. But man, this is just the beginning. I know we're up to, what is that, 7 or 8 lawsuits for Diddy now. Just getting started, man. We're just getting started. I'm sure more is going to come out, especially if there's a gap now between Cassie, which started at, or let's see, the last instance of Cassie was 2018. And now we're going back to 1994? Not looking good. All right, what are y'all saying in the chat? We've got a few more things we're going to get to, and then we're going to get up out of here. So I've got a few more stories for y'all that I think are super interesting. Amy Lee says psychological things happen in these type of relationships. Absolutely. Floyd, the real deal. Neil, that part though, men, you gotta be present. We have a vital role to show our sons and daughters what a man looks like so they don't get entangled with these sad excuse for humans. Yeah. And you know, don't y'all just be there for your kids. Don't be so quick to push them along. Make sure they have the tools they need to be successful. But yeah, I'm not letting my daughter leave from under my covering until I know she's going to be in good hands. So I'm not just going to send her out into the world and say, hey, you know, good luck to you. I think we have a responsibility of parents to make sure that not only our kids have the tools they need to be successful, but to make sure that they're protected as well, because you never stop being the parent. That is a fact. Snappa Slappa says, so true, Amy. When you are broken, it's hard to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. When she came back after the first time, he knew he had an easy target. Talk about it. Talk about it, man. All right, let's get to these other two stories. And are these, well, it's more than two stories, actually. So this next one, this story is crazy. So now that Cassie got her money, of course, you've got haters coming out on both sides. They're saying what we mentioned earlier. Oh, Cassie, she was involved in some of these things too. She wasn't completely a victim here, which to me, it's an interesting point. But when it comes to her settlement, I mean, that part of it is done. Now, if something comes out, like we mentioned earlier, if something comes out that another person was involved and Cassie was there and they made her do such and such, then we could talk about it. But these conspiracy theories, even in Cassie's case, I haven't seen any evidence of that. And I think she's innocent until she's proven guilty. But check this one out. They say Cassie exposed. Yes, Diddy is a piece of, but Cassie has some secrets. Uh-oh. All right, let's see what they're saying.
Ain't nobody got the courage to stick up for Puff. I do.
What do you mean?
Go ahead.
Hey, man,
see, you wasn't here, so I want him to hear this.
Cassie ain't the...
This man, you already know this is going to go bad when he said he's going to stick up for Puff. But all right, here we go.
Ain't nobody got the courage to stick up for Puff. I do.
What do you mean?
Go ahead.
Nobody's
Hey,
sticking
man,
up for
He
this.
wasn't here, so I want him to hear this.
Cassie ain't the bitch y'all think she is. I always say this, man. Domestic violence is not always abuse because some bitches like to fight. Cassie
Not in this case.
is the same woman that would go to Puff Daddy's house while Kim Porter was alive and watch Puffy beat on Kim, cuss Kim out, abuse Kim, and laugh at Kim. Kim's friends have came out and it's documented that they say Cassie used to be torturing Kim with Puff.
Now, wasn't she younger at this point? I don't know. I'll let him finish.
She is not this victim broad that everybody is making her out to be. This is a treacherous bitch. Anytime a woman that is that beautiful is dating a nigga that is that regular looking,
crazy.
she's hustling her pussy. This is a woman that hustles vagina, and we treating her like she a Claire Huxtable or a respectable everyday woman. This bitch is a libido whore. She's libido hungry, and she's
oh man, this guy's going in.
money hungry, and she's eating, sucking, and fucking on anybody that got the paper. That $30 million settlement she got, a portion of that should go to Kim's kids.
Wow.
Hey, yo.
That's the wildest thing I've heard. I didn't listen to the whole thing. I probably should have before I played it on YouTube, but listen, man, when it comes to Cassie herself, Yes, she got paid. That's true. Yes. Was she in this situation and in this situation willingly? Obviously. But these type of accusations, it's just, I don't see the point in it. I mean, we've seen clear video evidence. It's been documented of what she's had to go through and some of the things she's had to deal with. And it's just, I don't see the benefit of bringing that up. But I thought it was interesting. It seems like a lot of people are upset. If something comes out later and it shows that Cassie was involved in some other things, okay, fine. But at this point, it's clear that she was a victim, and trying to say she wasn't victimized in this case, to me, is just crazy. All right, let's keep it moving. Oh, my X reloaded. Hold on a second. So this was another clip I thought was interesting. And this is from, this person says the industry insider Sharon Winbush, which I have no idea who that is, speaks about Cassie's husband and her settlement from Diddy. So y'all thought that last one was wild. This one is even crazier.
And men who live off of another man's money are not men.
What?
And men who live off of another man's money are not men. Why don't you have the financial resources to take care of your wife and your daughters, so that any money that she got from Diddy should have gone straight to charity? You're living off of that money, which means you're living off of his money. Every time you spend a dime, you are attached to this man.
Yeah, but I'll let it finish.
So you say all of these things, Cassie's husband, whose name I don't even know, but you're attached to him. If you don't like him, if you don't like anything that he represents, you should not like his money either. And if she was awarded the money, that should have went straight to charity. But to live off of it is you being the lowest form of male. Living off of your wife, living off of your wife's pain, and living off of another man's money. Look in the mirror when you say, who is not a real man?
This has got to be the biggest L take I've ever heard. Her husband has nothing to do with the things that she went through, and saying she has to get back to charity. It doesn't make any sense. She went through it. She sought justice. Justice was a $30 million check. If her husband benefits from that, hey, congratulations to him. Hey, he won in this situation too. But also, he has a wife that has been through some traumatic experiences, which does affect him as well. So you can't have it both ways. It's just because he's married to Cassie and she got paid or got money because of some of the things that she suffered, it doesn't make him less of a man. I don't get what this person, I've never even heard of her, Sharon Winbush. I don't get the point she was trying to make, but her husband, what he said was, and what led to this response was, he said, men who hit women aren't men. Men who enable it and protect those people aren't men. I don't see a problem with that statement. This is the wildest take. I wanted to show that to y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments. Sharon is absolutely way off, and saying Cassie needs to give it to charity is crazy. Now, the only issue I had with this at the beginning was her making it seem like she was some type of domestic violence advocate, or that was her main focus. And we all know,
stop the cap.
No, you want justice. You want to get compensated for some of the things you had to go through, especially when you try to settle this quietly outside of the public eye, outside of court. So again, I get that point, but saying she needs to give her money away that she received from some of the things she had to suffer, it just doesn't make any sense. It's wild, man. All right, let me see what y'all are saying in the comments before we get to this next one. I know some of y'all have heard this, and we're going to talk about it. So a little bit lighter situation. Somebody said I'm muted. Oh no, I shouldn't be muted. Oh, that was Husky Records. Shout out to Husky Records in the building. He said I'm muted. I don't think I'm muted. Y'all should be able to hear me. But appreciate you looking out, man. We should be good. Snappa Slappa said, I can't imagine having a daughter and know she went through something like this. Bye-bye, free world. Well, Snappa, I don't know if it's ever going to come out, but her parents and her family were very close to the situation. And if you look at the complaint, Diddy was actually helping and taking care of her parents in certain ways. So it's hard for me to believe that they were completely blind to what was going on, honestly. Amy said, dang, that's not okay. Donnie Baby is in here. What's up, Donnie? Said, hurt people hurt people. And Snappa Slappa said, facts. Who touched Diddy? Let's get them for creating this monster. Ooh. It's highly likely. Yeah, maybe someone will do an evaluation of him one day. I don't know. We'll see. Floyd, the real deal. Neil says, that don't take away from the fact that she was abused. Exactly. Separate the incidents. If she needs to be held accountable for something, that's that. But it doesn't negate the fact that she went through what she did. Yeah, that was one of the wildest takes I've heard throughout this whole thing. Imperial Stat said, Craig already known for paying his whole podcast. Craig is a winner. Floyd says, nope, I don't support drunk drivers. If I win a lawsuit, hold on a second. Nope, I don't support drunk drivers, but if I win a lawsuit caused by one, I'm not donating the money to, that's crazy. Smoking the One's in the building. Good morning, man. He says he's dealing with her trauma. People are insensitive to these situations for no reason. Like Cassie deserves everything she gets from this. I mean, it's clear that, whatever. Amy Lee says, I feel like she was a willing participant at one point, but then it started going too far. Yeah, willing participant or not, it still doesn't make it right. And Diddy chose to continue doing what he did. So on both sides, there's consequences, right? Cassie has a consequence. She has to live with the fact that, she continued and she stayed there or felt like she needed to stay there. However you see that. Diddy has to deal with the fact that he put hands on her and did what he did. So it definitely doesn't make it right. Smoking the One said he's going through the same ish as her. He said he knows her pain and suffers it too. Exactly, man. Smoking the One says they don't like the fact that he's a white man. Well, tough. And he has nothing to do with this situation. So however you may feel about him, he's just the guy that happens to be married to Cassie at this point. He has no relevancy to anything that's going on. It's between Diddy and Cassie, and Diddy did Cassie wrong and he paid for it. End of story. What Cassie does with her money is up to her. I hope that she shows some love and support to the people that were around her and supported her and helped her get through some things she had to go through, willingly or not, like a Tiffany Red. But yeah, girl, keep your money. Keep your money. Amy says, I don't care when anyone says that video footage shows Diddy beating her, and I still can only imagine how he acted at home behind closed doors if he beat her like that in a public setting. And you can see in the complaint some of the things that she's alleging happened. I mean, after the video, after a lot of the evidence that's come out, we can only believe that it's true. Amy Lee also says that 30 million probably wasn't just for the abuse. It was probably hush money for things she knew. And also because Diddy kept getting away with all types of things by throwing money. Yeah, I'm sure it would be interesting to see the full settlement, but I'd be surprised if that ever came to light. Imperial Stat said Cassie was young and dumb. He knew what he was doing. Yep, for sure. And she wanted to, I mean, just like we heard in the April case, she wanted to get into the industry. She wanted to make her way. She was with a great, well, allegedly a great guy in Ryan Leslie. And he was still producing for her, writing for her after that. So she was in a good situation. But as somebody mentioned in the chat, when you're doing what you can to make it in this type of career, there's certain things you have to deal with and certain things that you can subject yourself to. And Cassie decided to go a different way. I mean, eventually, at the end of the day, you got to take some accountability. But also on the other side, it doesn't make what Diddy did right. Okay, now some of y'all may have heard this. You guys know I'm not a fan of Sexy Red. I hate even saying her name. But it looks like Drake got a little bit of a get back. Recently, he dropped this, Sexy Red dropped the song with Drake. And the song is titled You My Everything. And listen to a part of this song. It seems like Drake is trying to get back at Metro because he records over a very popular song now, or a popular beat, I should say.
I changed a lot of girls' lives for real. They need a new body, they hitting me. Hey, BBL Drizzy, they want a new body, they asked me for it. The last one, John, he did it for free, cause I sent over so many past ones for him, but red. Don't even worry about all of that shit. Just keep it natural for him, I swear. I got a passion for you, I swear. I got a trashing for you, I swear. Yeah, you think I'm a bachelor girl, but I swear you ain't get your masters, but I still breaking your back in the master bedroom, I swear. You sent a pic in them shorts and I had to sing your caption like I was there. You the hood bitch in my dreams, sexy girl, you just asked for me and I'm near.
Oh man, all right, Drake is one of the greatest trolls in hip-hop history. Shout out to Drake. He definitely did a great job of flipping that around, and I think it's hilarious because, well, we'll get into why. It's funny. So one of the lines in the song, he said, BBL Drizzy, when they want a new body, they ask me for it. BBL Drizzy. Okay. All right, Drake, I see what you did there. Also, hold on, let me pull up this other thing. Hold on, let me find this one. Give me 1 second. All right, so anyway, Drake is getting his get back on this one with Metro, creating BBL Drizzy and recording over the troll track. So, hey, shout out to Drake. I think this might be another win for him. Y'all have to let me know what you think in the comments. But, of course, Joe Budden had something he had to say about it. Y'all know, not a fan of Joe Budden, but he's out there. He's making a podcast, and congratulations to him on his success. The person who posted this on X said, Drake is not beating this Joe Budden take because your first track from this beef is with Sexy Red? Like, brother.
Talking.
I ain't, respectfully.
Okay.
Here we go. Joe
It sound like a nigga that could rap at that level that gets paid off of everybody's deal trying to rap. That's what it sounds like.
Yo, okay, first of all.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay, wait, hold on.
To me, I'm not arguing with none of you niggas.
All right.
I'm not trying to debate.
Real quick. You said this paid off somebody's deal. Is this confirmed?
I can't
stand
Sexy
this is just some inside shit that you saying?
Oh, you think he just likes being around Sexy Red that much?
So is this speculation or this?
No. Y'all think he just is?
I'm with you 100% with there. 100%. You gotta teach me. I don't know, nigga.
I can name some more. I can name some more people. Hey. And this is what I don't understand about you fucking Drake stands, right?
Talking.
So it's interesting. Joe Budden makes the point that it's strange that Drake is gassing up Sexy Red this much. So maybe there's a deal that was done to where Drake is obligated to support her. Hopefully that's not the case, but it would kind of make sense. Anyway, so Sexy Red heard a lot of the allegations and things that were being said about her and Drake's relationship. And Academics posted this. He said, Sexy Red trolling Kendrick Lamar fans in their comments. This person was Ken says, are you effing Drake for features? Sexy Red says, yes. I love it. I love it. Yeah, shout out to Drake. I can't shout out Sexy Red just because I can't stand her and everything that she stands for. But I thought this was pretty hilarious. And it was a funny take by Drake. I'm not mad at him, man. Drake is out here doing this thing. He's doing just fine. Everybody just needs to relax. Donnie says, check out my BBL Drizzy freestyle. Dropped the same day. Okay. Smoking the One says, ClassE, Drake is doing exactly what Kendrick said. He said he's a colonizer. Drake is winning, man. You can't. Hey, you got to give it to him. He knows how to play the game. Smoking the One says, definitely a smart move, and it was a free beat. Yep, so Drake gets credit for it. Is he going to be able to get paid? I wonder if he had to clear the sample, because I wonder how they cleared that. Anyway, I would have to look into it. Donnie Baby says, it's an L, E-Class. All right. Snappa Slappa says, you are what you eat. Oh my God.
Hey, yo.
Donnie Baby says, Drake gets some bread off Sexy Red. This is a rabbit hole that I want to go down at some point. But you guys just do some research into Gamma. Just type in Drake, Gamma, Kendrick Lamar. Drake is eating off of Kendrick Lamar too. Drake is getting some bread off of Kendrick Lamar. And it's not just the 50 that he's talking about. So y'all look into it. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. And if you look into how all these deals are structured, even with the success of Like That, Drake is still benefiting from a business standpoint in a lot of ways. So this industry, I'm telling y'all, it's crazy, man. Don't buy into all the hype. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have conversations about it, but everything is not always as it seems. Just look up Gamma Music, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and I'll let y'all do the rest. We might have that conversation one day. Smoking the One said, Sexy Red, sexy gaining my respect, not gonna lie. What? I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say that, Smokey. Amy Lee said, just read they're now singing Diddy messed with, oh man, Shaka Khan. Oh, I'm done for real. They're saying Diddy messed with, that's crazy. Imperial Stat said they be letting Sexy Red perform at schools. No, get Sexy Red. Can we get Sexy Red out of here, please? What do we need to do? We need to sign a petition. I'm good on Sexy Red. I don't even like saying her name. Ugh. Ugh. You don't care about money at this point. You're talking about Drake? Yeah. Metro got the sample off an AI soul joint. Yeah. But I think somebody created it. Here's the weird thing about AI. If I create an AI beat, or if I create an AI sample, and then you sample the AI sample, do you have to clear that sample? Even though I can't copyright it, I'm the original creator. So would you have to credit me on it? I know they showed the credits, and Drake actually didn't even credit Metro on the track. Diabolical. So he didn't put Metro in the credits either. And Metro can't do anything about it just because the AI laws are so gray right now. Anything, well, it's not really gray. Anything you create with AI can't be copyrighted. All right, that's it. But if you create it, you can still say I created it. So then would you have a responsibility to credit somebody, or at least get something cleared if they repost it? The law says no. So that's why they were able to do this. But now, I don't know. This is all a mess, man. This is all a mess. King Willingness made it. Snappa Slappa said, anyone who feels the need to have their name be sexy, whatever, is not sexy. Yeah, we get out of here. Smokey says, I'm serious. And I'm disappointed. All right, so that's all on that. Couple more stories, and then I gotta get out of here, y'all. I was supposed to be gone at 12:30. This one is a big deal. Now, I haven't listened to this story, so we're gonna react to it all live here at the same time. But allegedly, or apparently, Sean Kingston's mother, was arrested after a raid at her Florida mansion. Let's see what's going on with this story. XXL magazine says Justin, Sean Kingston's mother, was arrested during a raid of a Florida mansion rented by the singer. Jeez. NBC6 South Florida reports Kingston's mother was taken into custody on numerous fraud and theft charges.
Hey, yo.
God dang. What is going on these days, man? Let's listen to the story.
Bringing it down for us. We have more breaking news that we are following for you this noon. Raid at a South Florida mansion. This is a live look from Chopper 6 overhead.
That's a nice house.
The name I'm going to give you here is the person who lives there, and you might recognize his name. Singer/rapper Sean Kingston facing a lawsuit that's now sparking an investigation right here in our backyard.
Our NBC6's Ari Otzer joins us live from Southwest Ranches, where we're learning more about what's going out there. Ari?
Yes, we certainly are, ladies. So Sean Kingston had some hits back in the day, starting in 2007, including one that he did with Justin Bieber, but now he's in big trouble. So he lives at this 15,000 square foot mansion here in Southwest Ranches. Take a look over there. You'll see a lot of BSO deputies. They are serving a search warrant at the house.
Why'd they raid the house, though?
We go to the right side of the house. You can see a fleet of luxury cars in the front, a Mercedes, a Bentley, a Ferrari, and more. And according to an attorney who filed the lawsuit against Kingston, he has a history of never paying for his things, which is why BSO came knocking today.
All right, don't play the song, y'all. We're going to get a copyright strike.
He's a showman. My client has a $150,000 television sound system that's in there. There's also about $1 million worth of watches that are in there. There's an $80,000 custom bed that was ordered. This is a organized, systematic fraud. He's got basically a script.
Hey, y'all put some respect on his name. He's got a couple hits.
And that he obviously puts on a big show here. This is a rental house. He doesn't own it. And he lures people using his celebrity into having them release things without him paying for it, and then he simply never pays. He's 100% a scammer. He's on felony probation right now for trafficking in stolen property. He's got judgments against him for procuring more than $1 billion in watches without paying for them.
Oh, what? How much did he say? Hold on. What? How much in watches?
And he lures people using his celebrity into having them release things without him paying for it, and then he simply never pays. He's 100% a scammer. He's on felony probation right now for trafficking in stolen property. He's got judgments against him for procuring more than $1 billion in watches without paying for them.
Did he say billion with a B? Hold on, let me. Did he say billion? Somebody needs to clarify. I think he meant million, but it sounded like he said billion. There's no way.
He's got judgments against him for procuring more than $1 billion in watches without paying for them. This is just an ongoing pattern for Sean.
And that attorney you just heard from, his name is Dennis Card. He says that his lawsuit against Kingston sparked the BSO investigation. He said a detective called him and said they had noticed his civil lawsuit, and they had received other complaints about Kingston from other people with similar issues, with goods being sold and never being paid for. That's why they're there inside now. We'll have to wait and see later if BSO will talk to us and let us know what they found, and if Kingston will face any criminal charges after all this is done. We're live in Southwest Ranches. Ari Otzer, NBC6.
Wow. Hey, Sean Kingston, handle your and get your mama out of jail, man. Come on now. Now, just because she was arrested doesn't mean she was taken to jail. So I'm sure this title is probably a little misleading. They probably put her in handcuffs while they searched the house. I'm sure she's fine. But Sean, hey, man, this is wild. Handle your business, man. Last but not, you know what? Do I want to get to this story? I think I'm going to save that other story till Monday. Should I do this other story? Let me see what y'all are saying in the chat. Snap to Slapper says, pay your taxes. The government, the biggest gang of all. They will never sleep until you pay. Smuggling One says, Sean Kingston is a G. People don't pay attention to him nor his background. Over $1 billion in watches. Are y'all for real? I gotta look that up. That's insane. Donnie Baby says he has 100 APs and what? There's no way. That's crazy. I think I'm gonna save. Man, do I want to mention it? All right, we're gonna bring this up. Speaking of another artist I can't stand, Meg Thee Stallion. Oh God, I cannot stand this chick. A lot of y'all know what went down with Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, that whole situation. And she's recently back in the news because not only does she have a pending lawsuit against her, which amazingly enough, not surprisingly enough, hasn't been brought to the forefront and nobody's talking about. But a video recently resurfaced from Meg Thee Stallion talking about how she likes to beat on her dude. Listen to the video and then I'll give y'all a refresher on what's going on with her lawsuit.
That way, okay? Because if I beat a nigga ass, I beat a nigga ass. I don't know why they put that shit under family violence. That nigga not my family. What? That way, okay? Because if I beat a nigga ass, I beat a nigga ass. I don't know why they put that shit under family violence. That nigga not my family. That bitch and that baby is family. No, but no, like, if I beat a nigga ass, I beat a nigga ass. I ain't beat niggas' asses no more because I know a nigga quickly snitch on you and send you to jail. I know that. That's what I know now. So, ladies, if you hitting on that nigga, you need to stop, bitch. Because if the laws ask him, did you hit him? He gonna say yes. Bitch, you going to jail. You're going to jail.
All right, well, hey, there's y'all's queen, Meg Thee Stallion. I cannot stand that chick. If this were a dude saying that, anyway, so here's what's going on with her lawsuit.
Hip-hop star Meg Thee Stallion is being sued by a former cameraman who accuses her of harassment and a hostile work environment.
The cameraman, Emilio Garcia, says he was trapped inside a moving vehicle with the rapper
Nobody's
in a foreign
talking about
country
this,
while she had sex with a woman right next to him. Megan Thee Stallion denies these allegations. NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas joins us now. So, Chloe, a lot of
Chloe's back at it.
Like crazy allegations in this lawsuit, including Garcia saying that Meg Thee Stallion told him, quote, "Don't you ever discuss what you saw." What else is he claiming?
So in this lawsuit, he says that he endured emotional distress and that his job was affected and that eventually he didn't have a job anymore with Megan Thee Stallion after this alleged night that took place in June of 2022 in Ibiza, this island off the coast of Spain. And like you said, he says that he was in this car, he had been working for Megan Thee Stallion for a few years as a cameraman, and that he witnessed Megan Thee Stallion allegedly taking part in a sex act with another woman, and that the next day Megan Thee Stallion allegedly said, "Did you see what happened? Don't ever speak of that again." And he says that she allegedly fat shamed him and berated him and docked his pay out of nowhere, and he says his life just became, a nightmare. And so now he is suing, and her attorneys, Alex Spiro, he's a top attorney here in New York. They've released a statement saying that this is just a money grab, that they will see this through in court, and that it's absolutely not true.
Man, lawyers love using that term money grab, don't they? I get it, but the timing on this is terrible. But it's also interesting that no one's really talking about this. I know Diddy's taking the spotlight, but Yeah, y'all know there is a double standard here. And some of y'all are mentioning it in the comments and in the chat too.
And she personally hasn't said anything, has she, about this, like on her Instagram? Or
No,
like that?
not yet. But as you might remember, last summer and, before, she was in the headlines for this
Tory
incident
Lanez,
between
yeah.
her and Tory Lanez when Tory Lanez shot her in the foot. Tory Lanez sentenced last summer to 10 years in prison. And Megan Thee Stallion gave an emotional statement.
Well, they say he did not shoot her in the foot. All right. Stop saying that. Free Tory, man.
Between her and Tory Lanez when Tory Lanez shot her in the foot. Tory Lanez sentenced last summer to 10 years in prison. And Megan Thee Stallion gave an emotional statement in court. And so, that is also one of the things that you had been hearing about her, obviously not her doing, and now obviously being hit with this lawsuit. So it'll be interesting to see if other people who have worked with her, will they come forward and defend her or have similar claims? And will this potentially get settled out of court or eventually make its way inside of a courtroom?
We will see. Entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas. Chloe is on.
Yeah, nobody's speaking out against this, especially with everything that's going on with Diddy. They're going to keep their mouth shut. They're going to see what happens and move on. But hey, Meg Thee Stallion, nobody's talking about it. Definitely wanted to bring it up and hold her accountable. We are equal accountability over here. So whether you're a monster like Diddy or you're a documented public liar like Meg Thee Stallion, we're going to hold you accountable. Yeah, Meg, do what you got to do. Let me see what y'all are saying in the chat, and then we got to get out of here. But first, before we get out of here, actually, what am I doing? Y'all know what time it is. It is Friday, which means tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Song of the Night Live, right here on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel. You get a chance to win a brand new Shure 55SH microphone and $100. We're giving away 2 door prizes too, so make sure y'all stay locked in. All right. And see, I see some of y'all in the chat. Y'all are the problem, man. Javier LaFleur said, I didn't see a damn thing. Javi, you're the problem. But hey, I'm not gonna lie, I get it. Javier LaFleur also says, why women think they could whoop men? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. You know why, Javi? You know, because they're gonna get the benefit of the doubt, unfortunately. When it comes to, especially when it comes to the law. Snappa Slappa says, my high school mascot was the ponies, and I made a shirt that said, we may be ponies, but we hung like horses.
Hey, yo.
I got suspended. Donnie said, it's a $1 million lawsuit. He misspoke. Okay. He added the B to the billions. Good Lord. Smuggling the One said, man, I got something for her to be. Oh my gosh. He said, I'm taller than her. Play it smart, mama. Good Lord. Yeah. Donnie Baby says, that was doing her hot girl summer before the pool party. They cry when they throw back. Mm-hmm. What else did he say? Man got Javier LaFleur said, Meg gonna run into some scandals down the line. Watch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they need to get her up out of there. Snappa Slappa says, it's a weird time these days. Good luck to everyone. Keep it real. Protect yourself. Especially my fellas out there. Ladies, just be smart. Y'all just gotta be smart, man. Come on. Keep your hands to yourself. All that good stuff. Meg definitely fell off. She had little bars and flows, but now both are mid. She was never on, in my opinion. LA Woods in the building. What's up, LA? And LA says they beat on dudes because they can. Oh man. Imperial Stats said Tory shot her out of self-defense. She was beating that little man.
Hey, yo.
Yo, y'all are crazy. Mixed Chicks Samantha said, what's up with Sean Kingston getting his house raided? His mom locked up? No, she got arrested. I doubt that she was actually taken to a police station. They probably, when they say arrested, she was probably in handcuffs sitting in the lawn while they raided the house. So I think mama's all good, but Sean Kingston, come on, man. Do what you got to do. All right, y'all. You know what to do. Make sure you tune in tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep your hands to yourself. And as always, y'all keep growing, keep pushing, keep it classy. We gone. Peace. Wow.
We're real strong people. We can do anything. We can't be worried about what they say. My brother, my sister, just believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself.
Since everything starts with self, let me hold this mirror up and take a look at myself. Before I judge you, I gotta check myself. And I come to find out that that's good for my health, right? Change your mind and watch the whole body follow. So you won't hear me talking about I'm hitting you with hollows. I can't do it, got plans for tomorrow. And I ain't trying to bring my seeds no type of sorrow. Wait, cause fake rappers do fake-ish. I mean, most the basic get replaced quick. I'll never sacrifice my soul. Truth is, so I might never get 1 million records sold. But that's cool, cause I'm good with the creator. He nurtured my thoughts, so I present you with verbal flavor. You never listen to what no haters say. We pray for them, but we gon' move it this way. We moving forward, y'all.
We can do anything. We can't be worried about what they say.